Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and in this video I'm going to give you my top 10 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays of classic movies. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Alright, in this video I will be giving you my top 10 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays from classic movies. Now, when I was coming up with the idea for this list, I was really trying to determine what my ending year would be for, let's say, coming up with an entire list of classic Hollywood films. So for, simplicity's sake, I decided to cap the year at 1980. So everything from 1979 till earlier is pretty much fair game for this particular list. That's not to say that there aren't some great classic movies in the 80s and even at this point the 90s, but just to keep things a little bit more focused, I decided to go with that particular year. One of the things I enjoy so much about the 4K format is how it takes older movies and really transforms them into something that can be pretty much brand new visually and audio-wise. I think, it's a really strong aspect of the formats, and I would say arguably older movies at times can look better than some of their newer counterparts. So I thought I would celebrate all things old school Hollywood, talk about what I feel are the best 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays in both picture and audio. And once again, as with all my lists, this is going to be very subjective. It will be my personal list, but I do encourage you to put in the comments section below what you would put on your top 10 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-rays from classic movies. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's dive right into my number 10. For my first entry, I decided to go with the holiday classic It's a Wonderful Life from Paramount Pictures. I know you're probably thinking that a black and white movie wouldn't look as good on 4K with HDR or Dolby Vision. Here, it absolutely does. It makes all the difference. Grayscale is excellent. Black levels are very appropriately deep, and just the immaculate look of the print really shows off here on 4K. The movie itself is absolutely a holiday classic, but if you want the best possible version to show off to your friends, definitely pick up It's a Wonderful Life on 4K. For my number 9 entry, I'm going to give that to Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. Last year, Universal released 4 of Hitchcock's movies on the 4K format, and one could arguably put any of those on this particular list. But for me personally, I felt Vertigo was the strongest one. The movie looks absolutely fantastic with HDR. There's a good color palette that really gives you a natural pop, and the overall appearance of the film looks excellent on Ultra HD. Not to be outdone, the DTS-X soundtrack really opens up the soundstage, the opening sequence really makes good use of the overheads, and the overall surround sound environment is used quite well. Vertigo looks and sounds fantastic on 4K, and you should check this one out for yourself. For my number 8, that will go to the classic, The Wizard of Oz. What can I say? Warner Brothers took this beloved classic and really gave it a beautiful 4K disc. The colors when Dorothy is in Oz are just immaculate. They are vividly bold. Everything from the red ruby slippers to Oz itself and just everything in between. It looks fantastic on the format, and the Dolby Vision does a wonderful job with color. The audio is also very well done, though there's no Dolby Atmos or any kind of upgrade. It still sounds very clean on 4K. The Wizard of Oz is a classic movie, and you should definitely experience it on 4K Ultra HD. At number 7, that will go to another Paramount Pictures release, and this time it's The Ten Commandments. When you think of old school Hollywood epic, The Ten Commandments will be on a lot of people's lists, and here on 4K Ultra HD, there's a whole new breath of life into this feature. The Dolby Vision does a wonderful job with the color palette. It really enriches those aspects. And film grain looks natural and appropriate. And the audio experience, while not an upgraded Atmos track, still has a very good surround sound feel. The movie looks and sounds great on 4K Ultra HD, and it's the definition of old school Hollywood classic looking fantastic on 4K. At number 6, that will go to My Fair Lady. I have to say, when I first popped this disc in, I was stunned on how beautiful the picture was. The period piece clothing that the characters wear throughout the film really come to life here with Dolby Vision, and just the overall set pieces really stand out. And not to be outdone, that 7.1 audio track Any musical cues really just pull you right into the film and offers a nice surround sound experience. The movie looks and sounds just breathtaking on 4K and is worthy of being my number 6. At number 5 is the Stanley Kubrick classic 2001: A Space Odyssey. This movie is held in such high regard and it was given the respect it deserves on 4K Ultra HD. The Dolby Vision grading accentuates the color palette to a very nice degree, and the film looks like it could have been shot yesterday. That's how clean it looks on the formats. Grain is rendered appropriately, and just even the audio experience, while not Dolby Atmos upgraded, still offers a very nice surround sound field. The movie looks spectacular on 4K, and it's worthy of being on anybody's 4K shelf. At number 4, that will go to the Francis Ford Coppola classic Apocalypse Now. On 4K Ultra HD, you would be hard-pressed to find a better representation of a war, or in this case, anti-war film, than Apocalypse Now. The Dolby Vision grading accentuates those crazy colors to a very good degree. Black levels are pretty perfect, and when it comes just to the cinematic look, it absolutely shines here on 4K. Not to be outdone, that Dolby Atmos track is something else. The overhead speakers are used very well, and the overall surround sound environment and front end are really effective. This movie looks and sounds fantastic on 4K Ultra HD, and you should definitely pick it up for yourself. At number 3, that will go to the Steven Spielberg classic film, Jaws. On 4K Ultra HD, this movie looks and sounds the best it ever has. The Dolby Vision gives you a nice bold appearance to colors. Black levels are perfect. And just the level of detail with the 4K resolution really stands out. The movie looks so cinematic on the format, it's something you should definitely demo to your friends. And that Atmos track, it will take the John Williams classic score and really just, wow. I mean, honestly, it sounds so good. Everything sounds and looks fantastic on this disc. It is reference quality and really the definition of a classic movie on 4K Ultra HD. At number 2, that will go to Lawrence of Arabia. Another Hollywood epic given the proper treatment it deserves on the 4K format. Sony did such a wonderful job bringing this disc to life. This movie has never looked better. The Dolby Vision grading makes those blue skies rich, the desert landscape bold and vibrant, and the overall palette, it has such a beautiful quality. And the Atmos score, wow. This one is such a room-filling, just epic audio presentation. It pulls you right into the movie, and I can honestly say it really makes me wish I would have seen this in the original theatrical run. This movie looks fantastic on 4K Ultra HD. The sound is top-notch and worthy of being in anybody's collection. Before I get to my number 1, just a couple of quick honorable mentions. The Bridge on the River Kwai, classic Hollywood movie on 4K Ultra HD, looks and sounds fantastic. The movie has such a great feel. I just recently rewatched this one, and really, if you love the movie, the 4K disc is the way to go. Also, another Spielberg film, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The HDR grading does a wonderful job just accentuating the black levels and color palette, and the cinematic feel is nicely retained. While we didn't get an Atmos upgrade here, it still sounds fantastic. And finally, Dario Argento's Suspiria. This movie was so close to making the top 10 list, I just really wanted to make it a mention. The colors look bold and vibrant, and the moody atmosphere really conveys well on 4K. The audio experience is also very nicely done here, and if you're a fan of the director, Suspiria is absolutely worth picking up on 4K Ultra HD. And for my number 1 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray disc of a classic film, that will go to Spartacus. The movie was directed by Stanley Kubrick and stars Kirk Douglas, and here on 4K Ultra HD, the universal presentation is top-notch. The Dolby Vision grading accentuates all the best traits of the movie. Black levels are excellent, colors really give you a natural vividness, and just the cinematic look is nicely enhanced here with Dolby Vision. And the DTS:X audio experience, it sounds fantastic. It's room-filling. It pulls you right into the movie, and short of being in an actual movie theater when this first played, you are getting the best audio presentation. Spartacus is the definition of a classic Hollywood movie and how it can look on 4K Ultra HD, and for that reason, it is my number one. So that was my top 10 best 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray discs from classic Hollywood movies. Now it's your turn in the comments section. Let me know what would you put on your particular list. Also, if you're interested in any of the titles that I mentioned, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guide 365. I will see you at the movies.